Hi, everyone. I am Amber Peel. I am a licensed clinical mental health counselor associate with Johnson and Wales University, and I am here to give the workshop series Healthy Relationships. So, for our agenda for today, we will be talking about what is a relationship, some green flags, and equality will, some red flags, and also the power and control will, some good and bad communication and behaviors, attachment styles and boundaries, and also some resources. Now, what exactly are relationships? The way in which two or more concepts, objects, or people are connected, or the state of being connected. There are different types of relationships. We have family, friends, acquaintances, romantic, sexual, work, and situational. Now, what are some green flags for relationships? Some green flags will include empathy. Empathy is just being able to try and understand how someone feels and their perspective, even if you do not always agree. Showing honesty. Your words align with your behavior. Your thoughts and feelings are genuine and authentic. Effective communication. You and your partner are able to express your wants and needs to each other while still respecting one another. And also safety. You want to definitely feel safe. You respect each other's boundaries. You feel safe physically, emotionally, and mentally. Now, here are some more green flags. Conflict resolution. You and your partner are able to work through issues and challenges together as a team while also being accountable for your own actions. Conflict resolution also with friendships and other relationships, and just being able to work through challenges that may arise. Commonality. You and your partner share things in common, such as values, morals, beliefs, and goals. And share things in common could include just having similar interests, hobbies, values, and also beliefs. Independency. You are still interested in goals and hobbies that are different from your partner. And just being able to separate yourself from your partner and still be able to feel secure. You also want balance. You're able to find happiness from the relationship and also outside of the relationship through friendships, hobbies, etc. Being able to balance your life where all your needs are being met. Okay, so this is just an example of what an equality will is. Um, and I'll go over some of these key points. Non-threatening behaviors. Basically, that means just being able to feel safe, feel respected, having respect for your partner, respecting boundaries. Trust and support, having a partner that wants to help you achieve your goals and just, support you throughout all of your endeavors. Honesty and accountability, being able to be accountable for your actions, such as, knowing when to apologize, when to bring up issues, when to, just address things before it gets too much in the relationships. Um, Negotiation and fairness. So, with that one, just being able to compromise and try to satisfy each other on what that person needs. Now, we talked about green flags, so what are some red flags that you can notice within relationships? So, one big red flag that you can notice is gaslighting. Basically, that is when someone makes you feel like you feel crazy, honestly. They make you question things that you've said. They invalidate how you feel, and they also will project how they feel towards you. Now, this is a fairly new term that came within the last few years or so, but basically when people know the truth and they basically say, like, this didn't happen, I didn't say this, you didn't say this, and you know for a fact that it's the truth. This is a big red flag in relationships because you want to be able to be honest and be accountable. If things happen and you know arguments may happen, like, just be accountable, just be honest on the truth and what happened. Controlling behavior. And with controlling behavior, you are limited in your freedom within the relationship. So you may not be able to have quality time with other family, with other friends. You may not be able to have any other types of relationships or do the hobbies or interests that you once did. You may be confined to just being around that partner, or, if not around that partner, then by yourself. And, you don't want a partner who is controlling, who controls what you wear, who controls what you eat, who controls, what you do, what you do and what you don't do. So you want to be able to still have freedom while you're in a relationship. Now, controlling behavior can also indicate abusive behaviors. And with abusive behaviors, you have verbal abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, and emotional abuse. So, of course, with verbal abuse, just name calling, a partner that is making fun of, like, your mental health, or, just degrading, just someone who is verbally not respecting who you are. Sexual abuse. A lot of people may not know, but sexual abuse can happen in relationships. If a partner is forcing you to do things that you don't want to do out of control, then that is for sure sexual abuse. Physical abuse. We see a lot of domestic violence within relationships, hitting, punching, strangling, just anything that disrespects any form of physical boundaries. And also emotional abuse. Someone who does not respect your emotions, who does not value you, someone who adds on to your depression or anxiety most of the time. Definitely abusive behaviors. And also another red flag is poor communication. Someone who is unwilling to discuss emotion. So, you have people who may ghost you, people who may sweep things under the rug, is what some people say. You have people who, avoid conversations and just try to act like things didn't happen. And in order for relationships to work, you have to have some sort of communication. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the abusive behaviors, just because, it is important to know exactly what these things could look like. So with physical abuse, a partner who is displaying physical abuse will display hitting, punching, kicking, hair pulling, or other physical harm. They may use objects or weapons to cause harm. Physical restraint. It may be preventing your partner from eating or sleeping, or threatening to repeat physical harm. Sexual abuse, trying to control the partner's body or sexuality, unwanted sexual gestures or intercourse, rape or attempt of rape. Emotional abuse could be belittling, humiliation, yelling and screaming, controlling what partner does, what they wear, where they go, as I said previously before. Isolation from friends and family, threatening to commit suicide if partner leaves, threatening to kill partner, their loved ones or pets, destroying something important to partner. And there's also other types of abuse. You have stalking, you have social media, such as a partner looking through their partner's phone and social media on a constant basis. You have financial abuse. You have where people use money to manipulate you. So all of these are definitely red flags. So this is the power and control wheel. So basically with this, it's just displaying just some definitely red flags within relationships with power and control. And you don't want a partner who is displaying these things within this wheel. Intimidation. So just making someone feel unsafe by their actions. Emotional abuse could mean feelings of shame and manipulation. Isolation keeps partner feeling isolated and controlling. They're controlling. Minimizing, denying, and blaming, making the abuse seem less than a big deal. So this is where a lot of gaslighting behavior comes into play. Threats. Threaten their partner, will expose partner. Also a form of manipulation. So these are definitely things that you want to notice if you have these things in your relationship. And definitely just keep an eye out. And if so, maybe you want to reevaluate if this is a good idea to continue the relationship. And this could be with friendships, this could be with family members, this could be with a partner or romantic partner. So definitely things that you want to notice. Alrighty. So now I want to talk about communication. So good communication versus bad communication. Now with good communication, you are able to communicate in a respectful way. So that means that, you're able to sit down, you're able to talk, you're able to discuss how you're feeling, discuss, how certain situations made you feel. But in that same way, you're doing it in a soft tone. You have appropriate body language. You're able to be clear and direct. And you're able to, say what you want to say, but also able to listen back. So then it's just a constant back and forth. It's not one person talks, the other person doesn't. It's just being able to have a conversation, even when things are high in emotion, if you're upset, if you're angry, if you're sad, just being able to still have those respectful boundaries while communicating. Now, bad communication could look like disrespect. So that means, constantly interrupting, constantly, not letting the person talk. That could also mean ignoring or ghosting the partner. So if a partner is trying to tell you how they're feeling or express how they're feeling, and then the person just ignores them or avoids them, that's not good communication. Yelling and screaming, of course, invading personal space and boundaries, and also providing mixed signals. You want things to be clear and direct when you communicate, because communication is how us humans are able to, keep going with each other. We need communication of some sort. So definitely, and this is with friendships, this is with, people on a soccer team or football, volleyball team, you want to have good communication with people, because when bad communication happens, then there's a high intention, there's more that comes with bad communication. Okay, so now we're going to touch on attachment styles and boundaries. Now, what exactly is attachment? Attachment is defined as a feeling that binds one to a person, thing, cause, ideal, or the like. Okay, so you have secure attachment. So with secure attachment, you're committed but displays autonomy. You have healthy communication. You trust your partner, your friend, your coworker, etc. You show affection, and then you're accepting. So with secure attachment, it engages in healthy relationships with good intimacy, communication. You're able to express your needs well, you trust your partner, and you find the relationship fulfilling. An insecure attachment, you usually will have a lack of trust, you have unhealthy communication, you have lack of boundaries, poor conflict resolution, and you will display emotionally unavailable. Now, with the insecure attachment, you may be more anxious, avoidant, or you will have a sense of anxious avoidance. So basically, you're not able to communicate well because you're scared of what that person may say, or you may not communicate at all because you're scared of what that person may say, or, you just, every time you're trying to communicate, every time you're trying to be around this person, then you just feel just anxiety, and that's not a secure attachment. And also with the insecure attachment, you may worry about your partner's availability and commitment. So, if you're in a relationship and you are feeling like, oh, is this person going to break up with me? Is this person, do they like me? Do they talk about me when I'm not here? Those are signs of an insecure attachment. Another sign could also be feeling incomplete without their partner and may seek excessive reassurance and struggle with jealousy. So, like I said in previous slides, you want to be able to still be independent. You don't want to depend fully on a partner, on a friend, on anybody really. You want to be able to be secure alone. So even in relationships, if you're not able to be around your partner, you don't want to feel like overwhelmed, like, oh, when am I going to see them again? When am I going to be around them again? You want to be able to still feel secure, doing your own thing, having your partner do their own thing, and then come together later and interact with each other. You don't want to feel like incomplete. And this will lead to jealousy. If your partner's like, hey, like I want to go hang out with friends, I want to go hang out with family members, and not invite you, then yes, you will feel a sense of jealousy. So, that's why it's important to really find securement or security within yourself. Also with this insecure attachment, it tends to avoid intimacy, vulnerability, commitment, and will often be spending time away from their partner. So, like I said before about how if you're with your partner or your friend or whoever and it's becoming too much, there's also an insecure attachment when there's not enough. So, if you haven't seen this person in a while, you haven't spent time with this person, if you haven't talked to this person, then there will develop some sort of insecure attachment. Okay, so with boundaries, it's important to know your limits, understand what is acceptable and what is not acceptable, respect your values, respect yourself, and also listen to your gut. Understand your values and try not to have other people change what you deem as important to you. When you can truly learn how to respect yourself is when you are creating boundaries of how other people will treat you. So this is important. You want to form those clear boundaries with people, and this could be with any person, with family, with friends, with romantic relationships. You want to create clear boundaries because when those boundaries are not set, then that's when those insecure attachment styles come. That's when bad communication comes. That's when those red flags come. And you have to really show these same values and respect for yourself in order for other people to truly respect you, So out of all that I will say today, just truly, truly treat yourself with respect, with value, with high regard, and with any healthy relationship, it will be a healthy relationship. People will be able to see that you do that. And also with boundaries, you want to respect others. You want to know when to draw the line. You want to understand when you are being mistreated. If you are feeling uncomfortable, it's for a reason. So you have to truly trust your gut and trust when people are breaking your boundary. You have to understand when you are being mistreated in relationships and friendships, and understand that it's always a give and take. It can't always be a give. So, you want to have someone reciprocate that energy back towards you. If that's not happening, then it's time to reevaluate. Alrighty, so I have some resources available. We have some domestic violence resources. We also have information on how to connect with JWU Counseling Center. So here are some resources for the JWU Charlotte campus, and also some resources for the Charlotte resources, such as Safe Alliance and support services. Here's our counseling team and our hours, location, phone, and email. If you're a JWU student in Charlotte, please connect with us, and we are glad to help and support each and every one of our students. Also, follow us on Instagram, and check out what we have for the school year. We have a lot of great things in store. And this is also my resource page of where I got a lot of my information, if you all want to see that. And I thank you all for listening, and I hope that you all were able to learn, some good things and bad things about healthy and unhealthy relationships. And I hope that, you all were able to grow and learn and form healthy relationships with people. Thanks.